This is my absolute favorite thing to do because this is what it's all about. And I'm going to try not to cry because I've had the honor of working with both of these tremendously inspirational families. As a mother myself of 2 young children with a lot of support in her life, who still struggles a lot every day, your strength amazes me and inspires me, truly, every day. We have 2 families today to introduce you to. I'm very excited because hot off the presses, we got an article from Wendy Grace Evans. One of our families is Jessica Lazu, standing with her. Jessica's standing with her former case manager and currently program manager, Nancy Salgado Santos. And with Jessica is her daughter, Jasmine, aka Jazzy. And little Eric is running around in his car somewhere. With Jessica's permission, I'd like to read this article that's hot off the presses. Jessica did a tremendous phone interview with Wendy Grace Evans from the National Center for Housing. The article is going to be published online on their website, along with an article about the connection and supportive housing for families, so we're really excited about that. So can I? Yeah? Okay. Nothing like putting you on the spot, Jessica. Yeah, I couldn't really say no, could you? Sorry, we did ask her before, I swear. Okay. I did mean to tell you that Jessica graduated with her, she came to us 4 years ago. And I was the program manager at the time of the region. She came to Hartford, and she was something else. She was like so ready to take on the world. I remember running paperwork to her at her 15 different jobs that she managed to find and work at. Do you remember that? Yeah. I remember finding it. Anyway, and Nancy did all of the footwork. This was just a one-time thing for me. But she graduated last year with her associate's degree from Capital Community Community College. She's currently at Central Connecticut State University. She'll earn her bachelor's degree in criminal justice in December 2010. And the first day I met Jessica, she told me that someday she was going to law school. And guess what? UConn Law, get ready, because that's exciting. So I'll read you the article. Jessica Lazu wants to be an attorney, and from the conviction I hear in her voice, I have no doubt that someday she will. Jessica is 26 years old and has lived in foster care since her mother died from cancer when she was 13. I was placed in foster homes for years and did the whole running away thing, explains Jessica. By age 16, Jessica was pregnant. I never had a stable childhood, even when my mom was alive. She had cancer, and I was always taking care of my mom and my little sister. But I would endure it all over again just to have my mom back, shares Jessica. 4 years ago, Jessica lost her job and was on the verge of being evicted, and all of the shelters were full, and she had no place to go. Because I grew up without parents, I never had the luxury of going home when things weren't working in my life, said Jessica. Without a place to stay, I had nothing. Jessica was referred to the Connection funded by the Department of Children and Families in Connecticut. The Connection provides intensive case management and supportive housing services to families in Jessica's situation. She was introduced to a case manager from the Connection, Nancy Salgado Santos, who described Jessica as a young woman with a great deal of motivation. When I met Jessica, she was homeless. She was a young woman with a daughter. Jessica knew she wanted to be something in life, but she didn't know what road to take, says Nancy. One thing I really want to emphasize is that Nancy pulled out that treatment plan for me and said, this is what you're going to do, and this is what you're going to accomplish. Nancy gave me a lot of positive reinforcement. It helped me out a lot, especially all of the footwork she did to help me get back into school, says Jessica. Nancy's efforts on Jessica's behalf helped to create a clear pathway for Jessica to follow. Together, they developed a treatment plan that addressed Jessica's goals for furthering her education, finding permanent housing, and finding a job. Initially, the connection provided Jessica with rental assistance from a transitional housing fund until she received a family unification program voucher. The voucher enabled her to move to a quiet neighborhood where she found great schools for her 2 children and friendly neighbors. Jessica earned an associate's degree and is now studying for her bachelor's in criminal justice and science. She pays 30 to 40% of her income toward rent, as do all clients with voucher. My goal, says Jessica, is to be an attorney. I would like to work with youth who have had barriers in their lives or difficult upbringings. I want to help make a difference, explains Jessica. Her goal is to give her children the kind of childhood she never had. My daughter's 11. She's gorgeous and she loves her school. My son, who is 3, is a little busy guy. I am really She laughs and then says with honesty, but don't get me wrong. Sometimes I'm like, oh my God, can I really do this? Me too. Without the support of the connection, I would have never been able to do any of this because I wouldn't have been able to afford housing or school. I don't believe that for a second. I think Jessica would have found a way, but I'm so glad that we were here to help her out. Can I have a hug?
Hello. I wanted to give a special thanks to Nancy. You're awesome. She made a big difference. Especially Sheila. I probably was a pain in the rears for quite some time, but I also wanted to give thanks to you for making this possible and for helping with the funding. This program is an excellent program, and it actually helps a lot of families. So thank you, everyone who, you know, case managers, everybody who's funded this program. Thank you for making my life better.